Hi everybody, it's time for Lunchtime Live. I'll wait just a few minutes until I see some people on the screen. My name is Robin and we're going to be talking about the California Ground Squirrel. I'm out here on the sort of right by the visitor center because we've had a squirrel that loves to come in the visitor center and is always running around the perimeter. He'll come in one door and go out the other. So I was hoping we would see him, but he must be napping. Hi, Leon. I'll wait just a couple more minutes. Can you hear me, Leon? Give me a thumbs up. Just making sure everything's working. Hi, Donna. How are you? All right. Well, I'm going to get started because it's a little after 12. Hi, Cindy. I'm here just outside behind the visitor center. Thanks, Sonia. I was just saying we've had this squirrel that this is its territory right around the building, and it's always out here, but of course I don't see it yet. Maybe it'll visit. So today we are talking about the California ground squirrel. So ground squirrels are rodents. They are in the family Rodentia, and they are, the order Rodentia, and the family Scurridae, which is kind of easy to remember because it sounds like scurrying, which is what squirrels do. And they're in the genus Autospermophilus. So I've got nothing to help you with that one. And then the species is beetle. And the reason is California ground squirrels are named after a 19th century British naval explorer. So there's that. Thankfully, there's common names, California ground squirrel, and also supposedly some people call it the beetle ground squirrel. So let me show you a picture. There they are in all their cuteness. You can see that it has kind of a gray cape around it, and then it's very mottled with, like black and brown and tan and gray, and its stomach is kind of a light tan. And the reason it has those mottled colors are actually a protective function. It's supposed to break up the squirrel's outline so it's more difficult for a predator to spot. And then you'll see it's got white around its eyes, and it's very almond-shaped eyes, really long fingernails. So California ground squirrels are pretty common in all of western United States and also Baja California. There's a lot of climate range there. So in the colder climates, they will hibernate in the winter. And hibernation is just a period of lowered metabolic rate and less activity. And in the hot ranges like the desert, they do a thing called estivate. Now, estivate is the same thing as hibernate, only it is in the hot time of year, summer. Here in San Diego, they're pretty active all year long. So as far as habitat, they really need kind of a soft, diggable soil because they are what's called semi-fossorial. And that means that they're an animal that's adapted to digging and lives underground. They live in burrows that they excavate them themselves with those long nails. And their burrows are communal, but they all have a separate entrance. So they don't share their entrance, just their burrow. And they rarely go more than 160 feet from their burrow. And they spend most of their time, in their lifetime, just within 80 feet. So the squirrel that hangs out here must have his burrow very close to the visitor center. Squirrels are considered diurnal and also crepuscular. So they're mostly out and about morning and evening, but they do, you'll see them at all times of day, and mostly because you'll hear them sound that alarm. They have a very loud alarm. I used to think when I didn't know any better that it was some kind of a weird bird, but it's a squirrel. And you'll see them when they sound that alarm, you'll see them up on top of a bush because they're constantly vigilant for predators. And their predators are like red-tailed hawks. Here at the estuary, it's probably northern harriers, which is an old world hawk. Also coyotes. We don't have a lot of coyotes up here. I think the biggest problem for them is rattlesnakes. And the rattlesnakes, they know about those burrows, and they go down in, and I don't think they have much of an escape route for their babies. Now, one of the behaviors that they do have to protect themselves and their babies is they chew on snake skins. And, snakes shed their skins, and the squirrels will chew on it and then lick themselves and their babies, and it changes their scent. And another thing they do, which is pretty brave, is if they see a snake, they'll kick sand on it. And they do that to kind of see how active it is. You know how snakes are. If it's cold, they're not very active. And so probably not much of a threat. But if it's really warm, then the squirrel has to be pretty scared. So another thing that they do is they swish their tail. And, it looks like they're really nervous when they do it. But they do it because it heats up their tail and it makes them look, it kind of conveys a message that they're bigger than they are and that they're really swift and not worth hunting. So, and then finally, again, they belt out that loud alarm. And Donna's just sharing that she saw a great blue heron catch and try to swallow a ground squirrel. So yes, some of the large birds, they'll eat whatever they can get, whether it's lizards, mice, squirrels. I saw a willet catch a mouse once and basically just squeeze its innards out, eat that, and then sling the carcass. It was disgusting. I try not to see anything of the sort. So squirrels, what do squirrels eat? They are mostly vegetarian, but not completely. They eat plants, trees, roots, seeds, fruit. Rodents have to kind of wear their teeth down, so they're pretty bad to just chew on everything. They will eat a cricket or a grasshopper or a caterpillar. So, they eat what they can find too. The squirrel that is coming around the visitor center likes to, if we leave the doors open, and we do because of COVID and we want that airflow, the squirrel will come in one door and go out the other. Then he'll come in again, and he kind of hoovers the carpet looking for snacks. Hi Raquel. And also, let's see, if I don't shut the lunchroom and the offices, he went into Maria's office and tried to climb her bookshelf and get into her cereal. So Maria, if you're watching today, I saved your cereal. I locked it up. As far as their role in the ecosystem, you know, they forget where they hide things sometimes, right? So while they're busy stuffing their cheeks like little pigs, they'll gather as much as they can and they'll hide it. And so when they hide a seed, you know, it's great seed dispersal for plants, and their digging is good for the soil because it aerates it. And so anybody with a lawn knows you have to aerate the soil. And also their abandoned burrows make nice habitats for other animals. As far as mating season, I think that's over for the squirrel. They have a very short season in early spring, and they only have 1 litter per year, but they have a lot of babies, so they might have 5 to 11. And the babies they open their eyes when they're about 5 weeks old, and they're smaller. They look basically the same, but they're much lighter. They're a light tan. And then I think at about 8 weeks, they will molt and get their adult colored fur. So the females are promiscuous, and so the babies might be from different fathers. Squirrels live about 8 years, kind of similar to a rabbit. And that's about all I can tell you about squirrels. I think Maria put a picture of the squirrel that's been visiting us. I think it's on our Facebook page, or it might be on our website. It came in and got in the basket with the stuffed animals. So I sent her a picture. Which of these is not like the other one? So anyway, squirrels are cute. We like them. We have a lot of them here. So come visit. The trails are open, and hopefully you'll see some squirrels. Maybe even the squirrel around here. I don't know where he is today. Okay, does anybody have any questions about squirrels? Do you have any questions? Hi, Shirley. This has a bad lag, so I may not see your questions, but if I don't, we'll see them later and answer them, okay? So bye, everybody. Tune in next week. Bye, Sonia. Bye, Donna. See you next week.